Welcome back to the lounge. I'm Bob Garfield. Today I am with Paul Santello, who is the Senior Vice President for Marketing and Sales at Evolve Media.
That's correct.
500 websites.
Yes.
In your umbrella.
Yes, that's correct.
You have a tagline. You have a slogan for your business. What's the slogan?
The slogan is content, context, and creative with scale.
Wow. Wow.
Pretty compelling, isn't it? Yeah. Don't you want some of that?
Tell me more.
So we basically work with the top brand marketers to really develop custom content programs for them, because a lot of marketers are looking to take their brands and align them with important lifestyle elements of their target, such as music, home improvement, gaming, so on and so forth. So with our websites and our creative capabilities and our video production capabilities, we have content and context and creative. And because we own or represent over 500 websites and reach, many, many millions of any target you want, there comes the scale. Okay, so many, many millions. These are not maybe the most famous name destinations online, but they're not trivial. SheKnows.com, Crave Online, in the neighborhood of 25 million. In 25 million monthly uniques, yes. So they are household names for the people who visit them, multiple times a week and multiple times a month. They definitely have passionate audiences and a tremendous fan base. Okay, so I want to ask you a series of questions that have to do with the cart pushing the horse. Sure.
And it's something that I could ask of any kind of custom publisher. And that is, to what point when you start building your content around the needs of the marketers, your marketing clients, your advertisers, do you disserve the people who are reading the content? I mean, is the audience, is it in the audience's interest to be getting content that was custom tailored for, advertiser X?
That's a great question, and we do have to balance the marketer's needs versus the editorial integrity of the site. And so most times we find that the marketers they come to our sites because they like our content, because they like the editorial voice, and because they like the way we can sort of seamlessly integrate products into all that. We don't try and cram them in or staple them in. We try to really sort of weave them into the conversation and story. There are certain times where marketers will come to us and want to do something that we feel will either be a bad user experience for the client. They may want to have auto sound play upon an initiation of a video. Or they may want us to write about something that isn't an editorial fit. And then we honestly have a conversation with them, and sometimes we refuse to do certain things that we feel compromise the integrity of the site. It doesn't happen often, but...
If they have a certified check, does that change your...
Usually we can work it out. Honestly, usually we can, but there are certain times we've refused to do things, and it hasn't ever resulted, at least in my year and a half with the company, it has never resulted in a lost deal. It's just resulted in a changed deal.
I almost don't know how to proceed with this line of questioning, because it comes from me personally with a whole bunch of historical baggage, watching the magazine industry over my lifetime. Tell me why I shouldn't be nervous about content that is so dependent on the advertiser's needs as against the audience.
Well, I think at the end of the day, the smart advertisers recognize that they place the focus on the consumer, and they will look to us to understand what our consumers will and will not consume and will not tolerate on our websites. And if we tell them, we had a marketer come to us recently, a very, very big retailer, like huge retailer, and said, we have a 15-minute video and we want to distribute it on your sites. And we basically said, you will get 0 full completions of that. What we would recommend is, because our viewers will not pay attention for that long. They'll pay attention for 2.5 to 3 minutes. And so I think that, and they listened to that and they understood it, and we're still talking to them. So I think smart marketers know that they need to respect the needs of the consumer. They look to us to be experts on our own audiences. They value our audiences because they are large and they are engaged and responsive. So I think the smart ones will listen when we tell them they want to do something that will not be well received.
All right, Paul. Thank you for fielding these pointed questions And now I'm going to, thank you to leave, and you too. I want you to get out. This is Bob Garfield. It's my lounge. Go.